Mono Rants at the Movies, a podcast where we rant about films you may have seen at house parties. I'm one of your hosts and jack of all trades, Mono, and living in an opulent mansion waited on by numerous Fabios is my co-host and master of none, Ciara.
Be living out my Madeline Kahn dreams.
I just, like, the first time we watched it, making the jokes about it, look at her with all her Fabios.
And there is Fabio.
Looking at the cast list going, hey.
It's only like a split second shot. It's when she gets out of the pool and he puts the big white cloak thing on her, and it's like, that is actually Fabio.
You'll know him because he's the shirtless one in the suit.
He's the most Fabio of them because
he is Fabio. But I was like, why don't they like make more of it?
Yeah, because it's fucking Fabio.
But then I was like, hang on, it was 92. Maybe Fabio wasn't that big.
No,
so
huge.
I Wikipedia'd him.
He was really interesting.
He at the time that this came out, he was already on loads of covers, had done loads of modelling.
Yeah, because he was a model.
And had written his own romance novels under his own name with another romance novelist.
Yeah, he's got like 9 or 10 of them. They all have brilliant names. It's like Dangerous and Crazy.
The year after this, he released a spoken word album called After Dark with Fabio that has like Billy Ocean.
Yeah,
and
I listened to some of it. He kind of Shatners his way through it.
He does, and the guests sing as well. But this was his like 4th acting role, and only his second.
Fabio?
No, only his second credited acting role, where he was credited as Fabio. Well, for films anyway, not television. That was his last credited role. Everything between this and 2017, he was just cameos in films.
Yeah, like Zoolander. He's brilliant.
Do Where's My Car and Bubble Boy. Yeah. Kind of a character in Bubble Boy, but it is still a cameo.
Yeah, well, Zoolander, they're all themselves, like so.
Until 2017. When he was in Sharknado 5 Global Warming, where he plays the Pope. It's not a cameo
that's
role.
a Pope I'd follow. Just for his hair care routine.
But yeah, so
that is some luscious locks on that man.
Unexpected, like sneaking in Fabio.
Yeah. No, he's a great guy, actually. He's really interesting.
But we're not talking about Fabio today.
No,
well, not anymore. We're talking about Death Becomes Her.
Yeah.
As mentioned last week, for like the first time ever, we're doing this next week. Oh, well, no, we knew kind of before when we did the Twilights and the animated films.
Yeah.
But in normal run. But yeah, no, I hadn't watched this in fucking years. And I mean, like, years.
It was one of those movies that I remember seeing it. I think my parents had rented it, and because it was PG, they were like, it's fine, the kids can watch it.
Yeah,
because it's so camp.
I must have watched this.
It's so slapstick and over the top in the violence that's in it.
I remember watching this when I was quite young. I must have probably been.
It's really like
8 or 9, like so
Looney
not long
Tunes
after it came out.
Level of violence.
Well, there's nothing.
Like if that shovel had said Acme on it, I wouldn't have been surprised.
The violence is real kind of slapstick.
Yeah.
She falls down the stairs in a really funny way. Like she falls for way longer than that stairs has steps.
Oh, it's Mrs. Doyle falling down the stairs.
The shotgun blast sends you flying across.
Yeah.
So there's nothing. The violence isn't gory. There's no real language or sexual content. The worst language or sexual content is hilarious because it's
flaccid.
No, it's when Helen is saying, do you remember how like Mika used to be? I couldn't even say sensual, sexual, sexy, sex. That bit. That's the worst language in it, and it's fucking hilarious. So it is.
And the way she delivers it is so fucking brilliant. Because anybody else, it would just be hilarious. Because it's like, what the fuck? And it's very Zap Brannigan.
And there's nudity, but it's not really nudity because she's
covered.
You see her bare butt, but other than that, she's naked, but she's covered.
Yeah,
in all the stuff that she wears. Yeah,
that jewellery, that big jewelled collar thing that she's in first with the top. Oh my god, Lisa there's nothing is just gorgeous. She's like, kind of insane too. Brilliant.
But there's nothing massively inappropriate for it. I watched it at 9 and I'm a more or less well-adjusted person. It didn't ruin me.
No, I thought it was hilarious.
It was hilarious.
As a child, all the kind of, I was like, he left her for her, whatever. Wasn't really paying attention to the dialogue.
It's enough to follow that, she stole him from her.
Yeah. Time passes, they've come back. Now it's her big revenge plot. It's wackadoodle.
It is, it's crazy, but we'll do a summary and then we'll jump into all the madness of Death Becomes Her. When Helen introduces her fiancé Ernest to her celebrity friend and historic boyfriend stealer Madeline, it goes about as well as you'd expect. 14 years later, Helen is far from over it and attempts to convince Ernest to kill Madeline and run away with her. But Madeline throws a spanner in the works by drinking a potion for eternal youth, creating a whole new set of problems.
Yeah. Meryl Streep did this. Like, Meryl Streep had not been known as like a comedy actor, but was like, I had to do this because this is like, it's so unique.
Yeah.
And I am very offended on her behalf that they refer to her as an aging actress in this.
Counterpoint. So, Meryl Streep was in her 40s making this. And I first saw it when I was 9. And I haven't watched it probably since I was maybe about 13 or 14. Yeah. And I was watching this and that opening number, which musical number, but I was watching this going...
It's supposed to be shit, though. Yeah,
but I was watching it going, Meryl Streep? Whoa. And I'd never thought that way about Meryl Streep before, so...
Oh, no. That the mirror bit, I love that. That is absolutely incredible. This won, like, special effects. It won the Oscar for SFX.
It beat out Batman Returns and... I can't remember, but it won the Oscar.
Oh, Alien.
Alien 3.
Yeah.
Alien 3. But yeah.
That whole mirror scene when she's like, her body's changing.
Yeah.
The butt going.
And the boobs.
But it's the little like...
Side note, I absolutely pissed myself laughing when we were watching the special features. You know, where they'll show clips of the film and intercut like dialogue. They're showing the bit where her boobs go up one by one.
Because it was her dresser actually behind her who literally went boop boop because nothing else looked right.
But in that bit in the special features where you see that, they intercut the 2 lines of dialogue from Ernest going, "It's a miracle," and "It's another miracle" as each boob goes up. I was just like, oh, props, sound editor, bravo.
Oh, yeah, no, like when you think about the cast in this, it's Meryl Streep, who, you know, it's Meryl Streep.
Well, I mean, that could be said for pretty much anybody of the main cast.
But
it's Helen, who's...
Goldie Hawn, who's incredible, brilliant comedic actress. Bruce Willis.
He is the star in this, as far as I'm concerned.
Bruce Willis looking the most un-Bruce Willis-y. Like, when you picture Bruce Willis, this is not it. I love him.
No, this is not your typical Bruce Willis role, but he's fucking
Because I don't even think I realised until I went back to this movie years later that it was Bruce Willis. Because I was used to Die Hard, like...
No, I think
with the glasses and the hysteria, and he's an alcoholic.
I don't really have that, because my early exposure
12 Monkeys.
To him was this, 12 Monkeys and Die Hard. So, like, those... Yeah. But he's so Ernest, funny.
So he's like the renowned plastic surgeon, and he's with Goldie Hawn's character initially, and she introduces him. They're mad in hell.
Yeah.
And ends up, and she's only married to him because he's a plastic surgeon, and she's been told that she's aging and all of this jazz.
And her propensity to steal boyfriends.
Yeah, and she, because you thought I was cheap. Oh my God. And he's the henpecked alcoholic, fallen from grace. He's now working as a mortician.
The whole progression of that, though, is...
The 7 years and then 7 years.
Well, it's, you know, he sees her for the first time. And we find out what the story is of she's...
Longtime friend.
She's really famous, but she is a little bit worried about getting old.
Yeah.
And then we see the fight over... the fact that he had like a consultation dinner with her for doing some work. And
she's like, this is how it starts.
This is how it starts. This is what she does. I couldn't handle it if you left. And he's like, I only love you. Smash cut to Ernest and Madeline's wedding.
Married.
And then there is a little bit in between, but the next time we see them, it's their like married bliss.
It's like 12 years later, and they're in the big mansion in Hollywood.
Waking up in separate, not beds.
What I love about that, I keep meaning to show you the crazy videos of the girlies who wear all the skincare to bed.
Yeah.
Because what she has got on is minimal compared to what some of these women are going to bed wearing.
Oh, but she's so funny.
Oh, when she's like, but it's only Thursday. Yeah. Tell me every day.
You look younger with each passing day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rose.
I love the bedroom. There's something about her bedroom and all the mirrors, and the closet is behind that big trifold mirror. And they're in separate suites, and he's asleep on the floor upstairs.
Well, no, they sleep in the same bed. But they have separate sides, and it looks like separate duvets for their separate sides or separate covers.
And she has her mountain of pillows so she doesn't sleep lying down.
But yeah, no, he's upstairs on the floor in his lobby or library or study or whatever.
Whatever it is.
And
I love the way they also get greeted in the morning with alcoholic beverages.
Looking at the celery stick and throwing it away, taking a sip and then being like, more vodka.
When Rose wakes up and he's like, is this an angel I see before me? And she's like, yeah, try it next time. Shut up, drink this. And he's like, oh, has it awoken? Because they fucking hate each other. It's hilarious. They should just divorce, but they won't because it's Hollywood.
Yeah.
But he's like a celebrity mortician now.
Well, I think he's just a mortician now, but yeah, because he was a
well, you see him with the shaky hand and the scalpel, and he's got the dartboard.
Yeah, but yeah, he's gone. He gets called to work, and it is for some
big dignitaries, an Italian
somebody,
dignitary.
Yeah, somebody important. So
he died on his honeymoon, having sex in the hot tub with his hot new wife, and his face is very inappropriate.
And his face is very inappropriate.
The whole walk down when they're talking about it, and they hand him the small gloves, and then they find out that he's been in the water, and those get thrown out, and the big industrial heavy duty gloves just come over.
Yeah.
And the very nervous doctor behind him, and then they get to the actual corpse, and it's ridiculous.
It's so funny. Like
the big stupid grin on his face.
They don't go over the top with the special effects in this.
No, it's just a dude holding a pose.
Oh well, no, he is on
it's a mannequin
dead makeup, but it's just so good.
This also features stiff mannequins getting thrown, which is always fun. There is a bit of especially when Goldie Hawn goes whee.
Yes,
it's very much mannequin on a string
when they're doing the "How do we murder Madeline" fantasy.
Oh, that
whole clip, it's just the two of them him in the white suit the whole time, and after
with all the dramatic lighting, and she's always done, and she's got the beautiful 1950s, 1940s glamour and the dresses.
My favourite bit
I
about
don't know
her
what they did to Goldie Hawn's eyes, but her eyes are fucking incredible in this, especially after she dies, and it's all the colour fades out of them, and they're just really piercing.
No, but just that bit, I always die laughing in her fantasy of how they're going to kill Madeline when they actually kill her with the poison and the face falls into the dinner. She's like, and Madeline's dead. And then we have dinner. And the two of them are on down the other end of the table staring longingly into each other's eyes.
Helen's story in this is really, really fun because she's just completely obsessed, and you see her, there's a midpoint in between them getting married and the present where you see what's happened to Helen.
Yeah.
And she's just obsessed with Madeline, and she's watching this movie where she's getting choked out, and they're trying to evict her at the same time, and she's just eating frosting out of the thing with her fingers.
Yeah.
And she won't go until she sees the death scene.
Well, she's watching it repeatedly.
Yeah.
And as they break through the door, she rewinds even quicker to get back to just that. Oh, one more death before they drag me out of here.
And she's in a psychiatric facility, and one of the patients is Deborah Jo Rupp.
Yes. Yeah, we get a kitty cameo.
Yeah. They're 6 months you've been here, you're obsessed with her, and it's you've got to, eliminate?
I think, yeah, it's something, a phrase like that, you've got to eliminate her from your life, or you've got to get her out of your life altogether. And she just focuses on the eliminate part, and is yes,
I will. So her reintroduction back to the couple is her book launch.
Yeah, Rose gives her the invitation.
Yeah. And she's she's got a science seating, clever little witch, and everyone's she's all going to go to gloat at her.
Yeah.
And when she gets to the party, it's not very gloat worthy.
The bit there where they think they see her.
Oh,
and they're
yeah.
Oh, look, she's lost a few pounds.
And then that woman
steps
moves
out of the way. She's we're leaving. I'm not going to talk to her.
Meryl Streep approaching that walk up when she's I'll go to talk to her.
The whole, their whole,
physical comedy?
No, just their whole relationship of the two-facedness of acting all night.
They've known each other so long.
Oh, but it's played so well.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's that kind of person that you've known them for so long, and they know all your deep, dark secrets, and they've been there for all those embarrassing points in your life. So you don't even really like them, but you're entwined in such a way that you can never really be rid of them.
But no, it's just the fact that
it comes back to bite them in the ass.
But it's all platitudes. Everybody around them might just think, oh, look, they're just two friends meeting. But both of them know exactly what's being said. And it's just, they play it so well. And yeah, it's not even you get that then as it goes on. It's not earnest. They're not fighting over Ernest. Neither of them love Ernest. It's just they hate each other so much.
And Ernest is just caught in the middle.
Well, Ernest is the prize.
Yeah.
He is what the winner gets. And that's how they know they're the winner, because they got Ernest. And yeah, he's kind of inconsequential as a person. He's just the prize.
Yeah. So what was it there? We were watching the behind the scenes, and it was it's all about sex and greed.
Yeah.
Sex, greed, and wealth and eternal youth, but sex and greed.
Yeah.
Lots of greed.
Because yeah, that's the thing that I like about it, that drives the point home, is Liesel's introduction. And well, anytime that you kind of see Liesel, she's very what's the word I'm looking for here? Almost Faustian, kind of. Like, you're expecting her to, like, want something really, like, she's giving you eternal youth. You're gonna, it's going to come back and bite you in the ass in some way. But it's, no, it's a different
she
price.
Was like,
but it's
for
money.
Everybody.
But it's money.
Monetary wealth and
that's
property.
All she wants is money. And that just drives that point home of everything in the film is about greed. Because in other films where there might be a magical potion that grants you eternal youth, there will be like a monkey's paw effect to it. Where, you know,
there is some sort of caveat, whereas in this, it just seems to be like you get 10 years and then you have to like fake your death.
That's just so they don't get found in.
Yeah, or as like, and you get all the little like hints off Liesl of all these famous people. There's one too many cameos in it.
Yeah, I'll talk about that a little bit later. But just with
but like that, she drops like there's the great line where she's like, or as one of my clients said, I want to be alone. So her whole mystique and this. But
you would nearly expect it to be that kind of a Faustian deal where something bad is going to happen. You have to give something. You have to look after your body. But that's just them being idiots that causes that. Yeah, I like that. It's just money she wants because it's just greed. It's just greed and vanity and earthly based desires. Yeah, you know.
I like how she's kind of bacchanalian.
Oh, she very much is. Yeah.
You know, it's all about the revelry.
And she follows the spring.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in autumn or a winter in years.
Yeah, I follow the spring, and then I throw a festival, and we all get together and presumably have a big orgy. I'm going to assume that's the way it was going.
Probably, yeah. When all those Fabios there.
Yeah, no, but like you put a whole load of like eternally young, beautiful, immortal people in a room.
Well, I mean, everything to do with Liesl is very highly sexually charged.
Yeah.
And when she makes your man get up and get out of the way so Madeline can sit down, she's like, but keep your ass handy.
I just love the get-up that her staff are in, the kind of like the very form-fitting, almost wrestler type belts with the little tiny tux jackets.
The first intro when Madeline goes over to her house the first time.
Oh, he's in the stripy pants?
And he's in the stripy pants and he's like, we were expecting you, wait here. And he walks off and then he comes back and he takes her somewhere else. And it's like, he didn't walk off to get anybody or do anything. It's very much, for me, it's very much the same vibes as the producers when they go to see, I can't remember the director's name, but when they go to see the director.
Yes.
And his little weird assistant guy and the skinny little elevator. And there's even a small elevator.
Yeah, they all have to crawl.
Dogs come out of it, mind you. But it just I get the same vibes as that. We haven't really mentioned Ernest much yet beyond to say how great Bruce Willis is.
No, Bruce Willis is fantastic in this. Ernest is a man who, like, I think every day he's trying to end it, but he just doesn't have the will.
But he goes on such a journey in this because he goes from where we see him at the start of being like completely despondent and like just giving up on everything. Yeah. And then he sees the new Helen, and the new Helen is interested in him. And he's like, ooh. And then new Helen's like, hey, let's kill your wife. And he's like, oh, I don't know how to do this. And then he accidentally kills his wife. And
that phone call.
It's like, we're finally free.
Yeah. And his joy. And then all that stuff goes down and he decides, all right, I'm going to do this and then I'm leaving. And he's springing his step and they're trying to drug him with the booze and he's flinging it everywhere in his passion.
And he finally decides to like get rid of the two of them and the booze and go and live his life. And
they keep dragging him back in.
The different stages of Ernest are just so funny.
And then the final realization when he's like hanging by his suspenders.
Yeah. It's just like props to Bruce Willis because you believe
he goes on a journey.
But you believe him at every stage. You believe that he's given up on life. Then when you believe him when he's to Helen, he's all like, you know, what I'm a meek, pathetic excuse for a man. What do you even see in me? And then like the fear of killing his wife and then actually having done the act and all that.
The taunting in the lead up to that. And the way he's like almost there, but she can't cajole any longer, and she's like, "Save me!" They do it a few times through it, where they're like, "Come on, you gotta help us. Do it!
Yeah." Well, because she's like, "Save me, you wimp!" And then he's just like, "Push."
That neck snap, though. But she's a full-on ragdoll at the bottom of the stairs. Like she's in the splits. There's an arm over. The head's looking the other way. They have the wonderful phone call, but when he takes her to the hospital,
but
poor doctor.
Just before we get to the doctor, I've always loved the way she gets up in the background.
Oh, and it's just unfolding.
It's the panic phone call that we can hear both sides of, and out of focus, she just gets up in the background and kind of trying to get herself back into some shape and then stumbling around and then walks up to him and it's just, Ernest! Ernest! It's fucking great.
You pushed me down the stairs.
You're freaking out, stay away from me. Oh, too right, I'm going to stay away from you, you.
Oh, the run,
pusher.
the scrambling backwards through the furniture, and he's still holding the phone.
Yeah.
So either it's one of those ones that had the really long cord to the base.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that they put a green, like basically just put a green like morph thing over her head.
Yeah.
And that's her doing all the backwards walking and to deliver it. And I love it. I think it looks fantastic. There's some bits that are a bit dodgy.
There's one or two bits that don't look
There
great.
is a remaster of this that's cleaned all of that up and it looks phenomenal.
But it's only really that in that first bit.
Yeah, it's when her head's backwards. There's one or two little bits around it, but you can forgive them for how good the rest of it is.
Yeah, and
like for
the stuff later on.
The hands transforming when she flicks her head and her hair all turns back to blonde.
Well, all the head banging stuff later on with the shovel when she's like her head flicks back and she flicks it forward and she's trying to hold it
by the hair.
And that's great.
And they're arguing, but it's being interjected with, will you stop that? And she's like, don't you think I'm fucking trying? And then you see her later on, she's got the big collar necklace on to hold her neck upright.
The hole in Helen's torso looks fantastic.
When she gets up and turns sideways and all the water pours out
every time. There's no shot where that looks dodgy.
No.
Every time
even
she moves,
fighting in the shadow and you can still see the hole.
Yeah, every time she moves you can see the background behind her is perfectly in sync with whatever's behind her.
When
it's
she
it's
throws
so well done.
the end of the shovel, when she breaks the end of the shovel and she goes to throw it at Helen and she gets it through the
straight
hole.
Through, yeah.
And she goes, yes, no, It's like, yeah.
And then Helen sitting down over it later. Those are just brilliant bits of just setup and scene setting. But yeah, the SFX and the makeup and stuff that they did most of it looks class. It's really only one or two bits when she's got the head turned around at the start that look.
But it's just the face. It's because the face was like mapped onto it. But like I said,
everything else,
the remaster, that's all been cleaned up.
Yeah,
and and they didn't really have to touch a lot else because like all the neck twisted was all was all real, like her
prosthetics and stuff,
pulling her head out of her chest and stretching it up.
Yeah,
like you can see it's all real. Like well, not real, but like actual effect.
No, it deserved the Oscar.
It really did.
One dodgy little bit in 1992 doesn't ruin it because again, 5 years before Spawn.
Yes,
and still looks better. That's, as I said, gold standard for bad CGI now. Is it before or after Spawn, and how does it compare?
But I love the resolution that the two of them come to, and they are like,
after the shovel fight.
Yeah, and they're like, we can't let him leave.
When they basically turn on Ernest.
Yeah, and he's packing up everything, and the door opens, and they come in together.
But it's
like, hi, Ernest.
I think
we brought you a drink.
It's Helen's bit that I find really the one that really sells it when they're like, we need him. They're like, what if he dies?
What if I flake? What if we chip?
What if he, but it's like, oh, well, what if, we got to get him to stay. Oh, but what if he dies? We can't keep him around forever. But what if he dies? We need him. And then it's like, oh, we'll just make him take the potion.
Yeah, we'll take him to Liesel.
But once the two of them have made up, he goes from being the desirable object to just a means to an end that they really don't give a crap about beyond his ability to keep them looking good.
Yeah.
And it's
because they're like, that picture, they're like, oh God, I'm peeling.
But
because they're looking out like his work and they accidentally peel a piece off his shoulder and that's what starts it all.
But they realize, you realize then that as much as we knew Madeline was sick of Ernest and only didn't want to give him up because she couldn't let Helen win.
Yeah.
You did think that maybe Helen's love was genuine. She was going to marry him. She had him stolen away. But as soon as she's made up with Madeline, even she doesn't give a crap about Ernest or his safety or his health.
Yeah.
And I just, that really drives the point home that it's not about Ernest. It's about their competition.
Yeah.
And he is just caught up in it.
I do love when they do take him to Liesl because they have to knock him out because he's heading for that staircase.
Did that whole bit.
Where they catch him and throw him back onto the floor because he can't go down the stairs.
But just when they're like expecting to drug him and he just keeps losing more and more and more out of the glass, and then he pours the end of it and goes to walk down the stairs. And she just picks up the vase and smashes him in the head. I think it's Madeline picks up the first one. And he turns around and goes, "What now?" And gets hit with the other one.
And he wakes up and he's in a tuxedo.
Yeah.
And there's dogs looking at him.
And then he has what I think his best bit in the film.
When he sees her swimming, and she's swimming in heels. Can I just point out, she gets out of that swimming pool wearing high heels, removes her swimming jewellery.
Yeah.
Also, she has a dude who switches on the spotlights individually as she comes through them with a funny noise that sounds like it's out of Rocky Horror Picture Show. That sounds like when they're powering up the thing to make Rocky.
But that's what's so great about her is...
She's so dramatic. I love it.
But like Isabella Rossellini is so good and her bit is so well written that nothing she does is like you'd be like, oh yeah, of course she'd do that. Of course she'd have somebody there to turn on lights individually.
Swimming in clear stripper heels.
Yeah. Like this is
fucking well done. Like because that is dangerous. Like because they are really skinny stilettos and that is wet.
But yeah, when she gives him the cell and she goes all like,
I will be a great and terrible queen.
Yeah, she practically goes
and like there's lightning and that beautiful. Can I just point out that beautiful ceiling?
Yeah.
That glass roof over that swimming pool is so pretty. It's my second favourite person coming through a ceiling into a pool.
Yes.
But yeah, she's giving it all that. And she's like,
live forever in Latin, and then says it in English. And he's like, he just stops and goes... And up to that point, he's been sold. He's like, "Oh, cool. Yeah, I can be young forever.
Because he knows the tremors are gone.
The tremors are
gone.
I can be old me." And then when she says that,
and she's complimented as well. She's like, "I saw your work with the girls. It's exquisite. You know, the skill shouldn't be put to waste."
But yeah, when she says "live forever," and he suddenly stops and he's like, "Oh shit, wait a second."
But what would I do?
It's all well and good. No, but it's just like he's already seen the worst case scenario.
Yeah.
The two of them are dead, and the only reason they want him to take the potion is to stay with them. And yeah, he's like, then what? And it just completely
and he
knocks
just starts
her for
to
one.
Spiral, and she's like, what?
What do you mean, then what? You're immortal. Like
that initial what? Because she's like full into her like tirade.
Completely throws her off step. And
I just what?
Yeah,
it's so good, and he rambles a bit more, and she's like, hang on, what?
Like, yeah, what? I can't why would you refuse this gift? Yeah. I can't even process it. And I think he'd be okay, except for the point where he finishes off his ramble by saying, "You've got to be stopped."
Yeah, and then
there I disagree with him because they're not hurting anybody.
No.
It's clearly a magical potion, so science isn't going to be able to understand it.
Yeah, and as long as
they're not forced, like. They weren't going to force it on him. Well, Liesl certainly wasn't.
No, maybe coerced
she
was
going to get. She was giving it to him for free.
Yeah, basically because she was like, "Ooh, I can see a market for you."
Yeah,
we've allowed them. Yeah, no, he flees then.
If he didn't threaten them, he'd be all right. Yeah. And then he flees off. But just the way he disarms her is just
with
so
the knife,
good.
And he gets the lights.
Oh, that's a brilliant little bit of
I'm back, baby.
But also just to show the effectiveness of the potion.
Because he'd been all trembly and there was not a single scalpel in that dartboard.
Yeah.
I like the fact that he did pack the dartboard when he was packing up all his stuff.
It seems like the only thing he packs some clothes and his dartboard.
And he throws out all the photos of him with the girls.
Yeah.
But yeah, he flees off into the castle and you get the grand ballroom because he's got the potion as well.
Yeah.
And you get to see all like the cameos.
That's where I think they push it a bit too far.
Yeah, I was like, Marilyn Monroe would not be there, like, in the dress.
They have... It's not even that... We've already got the mention of Greta Garbo.
Yeah.
Which was fine. Then he runs into the room and bumps into Andy Warhol, Marilyn Monroe, and Greta Garbo.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, fair enough. So that would have been alright. But then your man has his speech... And
my God.
mentions Elvis. The Elvis thing is great because it drives home what she...
it makes sense as well because Elvis is always the person who is spotted the most. And when he turns around and you get that bit where he was like, I just want fun. Yeah.
But Liesl has already said, don't be out in public. Yeah. So we know
Side note, that dude, because he's the guy who works in the beauty spa that gives her the business card in the first place.
Yeah.
He is brilliant.
The eye twitch,
they're constantly trying to fix the eye twitch, but that little speech that he gives me, he's like, I won't name names, you know who you are. And it's like, oh, you're such a bitch.
But then we see Jim Morrison.
That I like the Jim Morrison cameo.
And James Dean
yeah.
gets his car stolen. And I'm like, that's too many.
Yeah.
Like,
also,
half of that would have been enough.
Lil Bastard wouldn't be there because that car got rode off and then sold down for scrap.
It's just so that if you weren't 100% sure, you know, either you get the car and you're like, oh, hey, look. And then when he turns around, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, definitely. Yeah. But it's just, I feel like it's just too many of them in a short period of time.
Yeah. And not in a fun way, like in which one is it? Which zombie one is it? In the shopping mall, and they're shooting them all. And it was
Dawn of the Dead, the Dawn of the Dead remake when they're shooting the celebrities.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds.
Yeah. Yeah,
like
it's
that's a brilliant way to get cameos.
I think that's my problem with it. It was
so many impersonators, and
it was a good gag played out too long.
Yeah,
that was my problem with it. Like if they had maybe if it was just Elvis and Jim Morrison and the Greta Garbo mention.
I like the Jim Morrison one because you're just kind of sitting there going, is that Jim Morrison? And he's just watched a dude fall through a ceiling, through a skylight into a swimming pool, get up, scream some incoherent nonsense, and then run off. And he's like, that was cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, because...
And the fact that the guy, they were already there, so he clearly sees him fall into the pool and is like, are you going to be long?
She's like half undressed as well. So they're just like...
There's some great lines
I love that one because it felt really natural. Because it seemed like if you've been around for that long, you're going to see people doing shit like this and get up and run off. And you're like, oh, okay, whatever.
Pushing it however far they can without killing themselves kind of thing. Yeah.
So like that I really enjoyed because you were like also left with, hey, is that Jim Morrison?
Well, no, it's obvious enough. But yeah, it is. I think it's too many too quickly and it just pushes the gag too far. Like that line he has is great, but one of the lines that I love, it's not even the line, it's just Meryl Streep's delivery when Liesl pokes her in the finger with the blade. Yeah. She's, what are you, nuts? It's just, the delivery is just, you know, it's like Dogma. There's some films that just, it's not even the line, it's the delivery from the actor that's just great.
No.
The boardroom scene in Dogma. Thanks.
You didn't say bless you when I sneezed.
Yeah, it's just those kind of lines. That's one of these for me.
That is one of my favourite scenes of all time. I adore that scene. But this, it's so camp and it's so fun and it just, everything they do keeps biting them in the ass no matter how hard they try. And when they're chasing him and he ends up out on the roof and he falls and he's hanging by his suspenders.
Yeah.
Off it, and they're like, grab it.
One last little bit of manipulation from the girls.
And they're like, oh, you have the potion. You know,
take it. Take it. And it's that bit that you said of they're very cajoling and sweet, and then to get the point across, they try and like, just take it already. And that's when he stops. And he's like, oh no, they don't love me. They're just trying to use me. Yeah. Sorry.
And his acceptance of it, and then the suspenders snap, and he goes plummeting and doesn't die in the fall.
And. Yeah, he knows well enough to know that they ain't going to leave him be, so he gets gone. But I think I would have been happy either way if he had died there. I wouldn't have minded because he's resigned himself to it. Yeah. But the fact that they give him
a lovely happy
like they had filmed
like
some
30
stuff
years later. Yeah, there was a whole middle bit with Tracy Ullman.
And I think he meets her somewhere throughout the events of the film. Yeah. Maybe at the bar or whatever. I wonder, was it maybe
at the book signing?
At like that,
when he's at the bar and the woman approaches him
with spray paint.
It's like, you did a great job with my hand. How do you get it to work? And he's like, oh well, you can't just like put makeup on.
Doesn't work. Yeah,
like you have to really grind it in. Yeah, the mannequin spray paint. And I was like, and she looks at him like he's disgusted.
She's horrified.
Like, fuck you asked the question. That's actually quite interesting.
And like, your whole point was how amazing your great aunt or whoever it was looked. Yeah. Would you rather she looked crap with really good makeup being used, or would you rather she looked great? Like, she's going in the ground anyway. Yeah, because
she said it was almost a shame to bury her.
Yeah, like that. The whole point of it was, you were like, oh, it was a shame to put her in the ground because nobody can see it. So, like,
yeah, what do you use? I don't get your problem, mannequin spray paint. It's got, like, it sounds like adhesive and stuff like that. And it was like, oh, that makes sense. And you see him later on then when he's spray painting Madeline when Helen arrives in all the gear with the shovels and drops it.
But he's being all
you can see the spark in it.
The spark is back,
and
yeah.
He's like, because I can do this and I can do that. Because
even when he was doing the mortician stuff, based on what your one said to him, he still took pride in his work. You know what I mean? He was finding inventive ways to do it. It just wasn't the work he wanted to do anymore. And then, with Madeline, he's like, okay, well, I'm doing the dead person thing, but it's on a live person.
Yeah. And maintenance and wear and tear and stuff like that. Everything Helen wears in this, from the red dress to the beret with the leather outfit jacket, when she's like
that cracks me up.
When she's doing her dinner, she's making her own theme music as she sneaks around the place.
Oh, she's so funny. And
she just she's like, oh, there's a car coming up the driveway, let me just lie flat in the middle of the road.
And why is she practicing in the mirror I need to speak to Madeline?
I need to speak to Madeline.
And then it seems like she doesn't want Madeline to be there anyway when she gets to the house and
when she arrives in dramatically and drops the cloak.
Yeah.
Oh, it's brilliant. And then when she arrives in later on with the shovels and just drops them.
Yeah. Or Madeline's line of, at least she brought the supplies.
Yeah. And he's like, help me, I'm not going to be an accomplice.
I'm not going to be your accomplice all by myself.
She's like, oh yes, getting the tarp to put it out.
There are some really, really great lines in this as well. It's a very, very funny film. As much as it's a dark comedy, it is a comedy.
There are some bits in this where Meryl Streep is, particularly when she has the shotgun, and there's just some ways when she poses with it. And after she shoots Helen in the stomach and he's running around absolutely losing it and switching off lights.
Yeah.
And he's like, what about the neighbours? And she's like,
police.
Neighbours?
Yeah.
12 years in LA. Have you ever seen a neighbour?
His manicness is just, it's almost Gene Wilder levels.
Yeah.
It's very, very close. And Spawn is the gold standard for bad CGI. Gene Wilder is the gold standard for manic freakouts.
Yeah, this is up there. This is so
very
good. It's so good. Everything up to when she stands back up out of that. And the pair of them.
Even when she does. It's another miracle. Not a miracle, you idiot.
And then they're finding the little pin and being like, you took the potion. And he's just standing there going, what potion? Shut up.
The fact that Helen took the potion on the date that Marty goes back in time from.
Yes.
Because it's a Robert Zemeckis.
Yeah.
But when you mentioned it earlier, when she goes to see the doctor as well.
Oh my god, that poor doctor
is brilliant.
Binning the stethoscope is my favourite bit. When he checks it and then he puts it in the bin
when he sees the neck.
And he walks over to Ernest, who's got a flask, and he's like, do you mind if I have a swig of that? Yeah, here. Yeah, I'm going to go get a second opinion. Yeah, second opinion.
Yeah.
And when he's got her hand and he's like, does this hurt?
That doesn't hurt.
No, and he's like, as far as I can tell, you've broken your wrist in 3 places.
Yeah.
You have no heartbeat. You have no core body temperature. And your neck is broken.
Him and the doctor from Species a couple of weeks ago should compare notes. But I love then what happens afterwards, because you expect the doctor's going to go, you're like, oh, he's gone off to get a second opinion. But she faints because she realises that she's dead. And when they come back, obviously we don't see it, but when they come back, they're like, well, she is dead. We don't know what happened. What you saw, doctor, but she's dead now. Let's take her to the morgue. And
then when they find her in the morgue,
oh,
the way she sits up in that body bag because he's tucked her little head out.
Yeah,
and she's like, "I'm in the morgue. I'm in the morgue."
I screamed and nobody came.
And then the realization of, Ern, where am I?
Yeah.
But when he's trying to bring her home and he's got her in the body bag, I'm like, why doesn't he just get her out? He's dragging her out of the car into the house in the body bag.
Yeah, just
and Helen's watching.
Yeah.
And then he goes off to get supplies and she's chasing him down the driveway.
The level of physical comedy from all of them, from the 3 main leads, is just top notch. There's so much good slapstick and just silly little bits like that, like the silly little run. Just all of it. It's
because everyone knows Meryl Streep can play an absolute bitch, and she can wither your soul with an eyebrow lift. There are bits in this where you can see when she walks up to Helen in the is my favourite one, where she's
the comedy version of it.
She's kind of trying to look around and then is like no, and the whole head turns to move and be like, no, I'm not doing this, when she realises it's her, and then she turns back around with big beaming smile and is like, hell, mwah, mwah, and giving it all of that.
No, the 3 of them are just fantastic. They definitely flexed their comedy muscles in this.
The ending of this, though, with the funeral, and it's 30 odd years later and they've been they've resigned themselves to painting each other's asses.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like laughing, crying of we hate each other and we're stuck together.
Yeah, now we are stuck together.
And they're at the funeral and they're both in big black veils at the back cackling.
Yeah.
When they're going on about his life and all these accomplishments he had, because he always said that life began at 50 and nothing is known about his life prior to that point either. And you see them, they've lost a can of spray paint.
They're arguing over, having lost a can of spray paint.
And they end up leaving and you get to see the actual state of them.
Yeah.
And Goldie Hawn's face is melting off her head.
Yeah.
Neither of them can walk properly.
The walk is the best bit.
One of them obviously has broken the legs at some point and is just stiff-legged.
Yeah.
And is trying to walk with just stiff legs. The other one's all over the place. They're a mess. They're hilariously a mess.
But when they completely break apart and it's just the two heads, and is it Helen is like, do you remember where you parked the car? So obviously they're not too worried. No. Somebody's going to put them back together.
But tripping on the can of spray paint, but the state of the pair of them.
But what I love about it is it's just, as well as it being such a hilarious film the whole way throughout, like, that's a horrible existence to suffer through for eternity.
Yeah.
Like, those two are, it's nightmare fuel. Like, it really is. If you actually, like, properly think about it.
It's kind of almost worse for Madeline because she got it and died the same night.
Yeah.
Like, so this has been, she was like, I got this miracle thing and my whole existence since I've got it has been, like, dead.
Yeah.
I've been dead, because, like, she's on her way out to go see some flaunt her new body when they end up having the argument at the top of the stairs.
Oh, yeah, she's going out on the town.
Yeah, and when she keeps calling him flaccid. And that's the thing he keeps getting caught up on.
And of course we get our rule of three with 3 falling downstairs gags of them, Ernest, well, her first, then Ernest not falling down the stairs, and then the two of them both falling down the stairs at the end.
Smile, it's just
with
shattering.
Ernest pushes Madeline.
Yeah.
Then the girls save
him,
and then Helen pulls Madeline as she's falling.
Yeah, because she's tripped on the can and she's like, help me, my legs don't work anymore.
Yeah, and she's like, I don't think I will.
So she grabs her.
You can come in with me.
And that is also a freakishly long staircase as well. And I love the little leap at the end just before they shatter.
The first staircase
all those
fall.
poor people coming out of that funeral.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's my first thought, is they're all going to see that.
Like, what the fuck happened here?
The first fall down the staircase, though, I want to edit Mrs. Doyle falling down the staircase over
Jesus
it.
Christ!
But Holy Mary, God,
I'm cured!
Okay, what about things we didn't like?
There's not a lot I don't like about this because it is pure camp. Like I said, the too many cameos bothers me, but that it's just that it is too on the nose.
Yeah, I have 4 things in my notes that I don't like, and 2 of them are related to some of the things to the things I did like.
Thing I really like about this though is the music.
Yes, so that was one of the first notes that I wrote down was the music.
He did
Silvestri? Is it Alan Silvestri?
It's Alan Silvestri, yeah.
Just the opening. It's just one of those great opening pieces of music. Frighteners is the same.
Yeah.
And that was like the first note that I wrote down was great music. And then the second note that I wrote down was fucking musical. Because we get treated to a musical number and it's me, so I wasn't overly fond of that.
Yeah, but the whole point is that is supposed to be bad, like.
Oh, it's supposed to be bad, and it was bad. And as I said earlier, there was
Meryl Streep has held her hand up many a time and said, I don't sing, like, it's.
The other thing I didn't like that I also kind of liked was the dead celebs. I think they just pushed it a bit too far.
Yeah. Because what could have been nicer, because everybody was in tuxedos and stuff like that, you could have just had a load of celebrities. Yeah. Just be milling about.
Or have some living ones. If you wanted to have that many. Have a few of the dead ones and then have throw in a George Clooney or something in amongst that party. You already had Fabio.
You missed Paul Rudd missed out on a trick there.
If they remake it, Paul Rudd absolutely needs to. Paul Rudd needs to play Liesel.
Yeah, because he took the potion.
Well, hang on, 1992.
When was Clueless? Because that's like the earliest incarnation of him that I'm aware of.
Yeah, I think it would have been around the time. Paul Rudd found that potion. He just went onto the set and drank it.
Yeah, give it all of it. There's certain things I love about that when they do the knife dip into the potion
great.
And you see it run down and almost drip.
before she dips the knife into the potion as well, there's like a
The
figure
little,
of a man and woman kind of like twirling, dancing.
And the little poof. Also, all the opulence of it comes in the egg, and it's got the big dagger, and
the poof balances, of stuff, and then
it balances on the point,
yeah.
and you're like, oh, that's cool.
I'd say the prop master had great fun designing that actually. But no, the only other things then that I didn't like were we mentioned the neck thing that doesn't look great, but that's not a big thing. I thought the beautician that she goes to see, she's a bit over the top.
Oh, poor Anna.
Is that what she's called?
Yeah, poor Anna.
The one that
immediately loses the French accent when she's chastised.
Yeah.
Also, doesn't that look like Mugatu's spa place?
It kind of does, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I think that this kind of weird, dodgy underground, like where you have to go into an elevator and down you go.
Yeah.
And your man's just in the room.
I just thought that she gives it a bit much. She was just a bit over the top and annoying. And then the only other thing that I have in notes for negative isn't even really a negative thing. When after her Fabio, Dakota, tells her if she's old and should go around with people her own age, and she runs off crying. And
then she just stops the car in the middle of the road.
She's having like a breakdown and crying, so she drives incredibly fast and erratically, and it seems like the more upset she is, the faster she drives. Driving.
But then when she slams on the brakes in the middle of the road,
I'm just like, crying, drive faster. Yeah, that works.
The sobbing with the
but yeah, just
I also like the fact that they're going to throw her off Mulholland as well, because I was like, of course, because nobody will question it because it's Mulholland.
But yeah, those are my only few small negative things, and that is one of my favourite bits of the movie is Helen's getting to see Helen's plan, how we're going to kill Madeline. It's just so fucking good.
And the charred corpse still like with the bottle fused to it, and they're like, her blood alcohol was 400%. It's so
she deserved it or whatever.
Yeah, it's so dramatic.
But
we'll call and tell them we saw a car driving erratically on Mulholland.
That's one of my high points. Bruce Willis in general is one of my high points.
Also in that the crime plan, the murder plan, as soon as the car goes off the cliff, it explodes. It doesn't even hit the ground.
The second it taps the first bit of the cliff, it just goes straight away. Yeah, no, there is so much to like about this. Like, the performances are all fucking brilliant.
It really is. It's really well slapstick written. High camp.
Yeah, there's loads of visual comedy. It's really well written. Like, there's some really funny lines in it. The main cast are fucking excellent performance. It's a real snappy film. Like, the first time we sat down to watch it, we were an hour in, and I was like, shit, we're an hour in already?
Yeah, it's only an hour and a half.
And it
packs a shitload in there.
Oh, it does, yeah. It moves along through it really quickly.
The final act, that last epilogue, is so satisfying because you get the wrap up of Ernest's story and that he got away and that he had a good life and he was happy and everything worked out fine for him. And
you get the wrap up of their story, obviously.
They're a mess.
And they even mention that they can't go back to Liesl. I'm guessing they're persona non grata because they didn't do what they were supposed to do.
Well, she told them not to come back until they found...
Yeah.
And they go to the house and they're like, oh, well, I told you we should have gone to the airport, and they're having the argument and it's like, well, we can't go back to Liesl because she told us.
That's where they say it, sorry, yeah.
And that's where there's that great bit where she's trying to stick it back down on her chest and she's licking the bit of thing and trying to stick it back down. And it's
we get our epilogue then for basically all parties concerned. Ern lived a happy life. The two girls are suffering the effects of their bad choices.
Yeah.
And Liesl and her crowd are just continuing on as if nothing ever happened.
Yeah, they're that floating party in the sky that raids towns for supplies.
From Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Yeah, basically, yeah. Well, she moves around.
She moves around, yeah. So she's in the floating party house.
Yeah, no, it is a fucking great film. I'm glad that you suggested we do it. I haven't watched it in so long.
This was one of those films that for a really long time, because I saw it when I was little and I can never remember what it was called, but I always remember bits of it, like the falling down the stairs, the shotgun blast, and her getting hit square on the head with the shovel and her head disappearing.
Yeah.
And it took me a really long time to find it. And I remember trying to describe it to people.
I always knew what it was.
What is this film called?
Yeah, I always knew what it was, and I always remembered it because it was probably one of the first, say...
It's a proper black comedy.
But it was one of the first black comedies I saw, but it was also probably one of the first films for adults that I saw that I could still get.
Yeah.
And that it wasn't sneakily watching a horror film that I wasn't supposed to watch
No,
or something
like this,
that.
there's
Where
nothing in this.
No, but I mean of like I knew I wasn't supposed to be watching that horror film, or I knew I wasn't supposed to be watching that really violent like action film.
Yeah.
This, I was supposed to be watching it, but it was for adults, but I got it for whatever reason. I remembered this film really well, and I always had a fond memory of it, but I'd say the last time I watched it was probably in my early teen years. And yeah, it holds up really well. It's still fucking excellent.
It's so funny. It's so funny. It is well worth a watch. It's a great film.
Yeah.
And it really should. It should get way more praise, I think. And it does have a fairly big cult following. There's your man that makes the really cool jacket, Silver Rocks. I've shown you some of his stuff. He has the vial tattooed on his chest.
Ah, cool.
And it was like, yes, that is the vial.
Death becomes their
vial, yeah. And was talking about making one because I showed you his Monster Munch jacket that he auctions off.
Yeah.
He's fucking great, but I think he's done a Death Becomes Her.
It's an excellent film. Well worth a rewatch, and I will only allow a remake if Paul Rudd plays Liesel. The only acceptable remake. But yeah, no, thank you for joining us, guys. As ever, we will be back next week with Moon.
Yay!
Yes.
I love some Sam Rockwell.
Sam Rockwell's Moon. A straight sci-fi for a change, not an action horror sci-fi that we're prone to doing. But again, I look forward to that. Haven't watched it in a while, but it's one that I know I will definitely enjoy the rewatch on. But thanks for joining us, guys. If you want, in the meantime, you can head back and check out some of our previous episodes or our other podcast, Mono Rants the Boys. Or you can come and chat with us on Twitter at RantsMono, on Instagram at monorants_the_boys. Or you can send your own rants to monorantspodcast@gmail.com. We'll chat to you next week. Bye-bye.